Shit is just different, man. I'ma show them the difference.
I'ma show them it's a different. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's get mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches and they feeling snub on me. Only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is all.
Yeah. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Basharbakatam. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Atam Bashim Yashai. At ISUPK, coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And Officer Apayat holding on class today. Hey, we don't live in Vegas too, right? Yeah. I think Shabal wanted to.
Did he?
Did he hit you?
Yeah, but you saying
if you stream for us. Okay, yeah. All right, no sweat. I'm saying ISUPK coming out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Command and on Johanna. Today's class, was that up? Today's class, we're gonna be going over a variety of things, right? What's the hottest shit in the news right now? The hottest shit in the news. Other than that, so
North Korea threatened the United States with
I'm gonna say that one. We know what's that brother's name again? Damn, I just said his name. I died. You know what I'm saying? Once again, another brother fell out, man. Another rap brother fell out. Here's what a lot of these rappers understand. Like, you see, the things that you say do come back to you, man. You're gonna have to answer for the things that you say, man. Things that you say. You ever heard the saying that goes, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me"? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you this: that is a lie. Right. I got scars that have healed, but words that certain people have said to me that have not healed yet. I could still tell you some hurtful shit. You know what I'm saying? My father said to me that I still remember up to today. And he said that when I was like a child. We're all right, Kabanama. That's right. Things that your mother can say to you that you would carry with you like for years. Right? But as far as like scars that we ain't got, cuts, everybody got busted up before, right? Yep. Any man, at least I hope if you're a man out there, you done got busted up a couple times. Like, that's what come with being a man. Like, so all that have healed. I only say that to say the tongue is a very powerful thing, man. If you going around disrespecting people, disrespecting the dead, like, understand. Remember at one time in the black community, we didn't even do that. Huh? That's not our culture, right? Right? You ever heard the St. Valentine's Day massacre? You heard the Gambinos, you know what I'm saying? These are things that white people do. These are things that Italians do to each other. Like, black and Hispanic, we don't do this shit to each other. Black people, we do not do this shit to each other. But we have taken up, just like we know that Stockholm Syndrome work, right? You start to take up the characteristics of your oppressor. And we have taken up the white man's characteristics all the way down. From the way we treat each other, the way we talk to each other. And that's why we dying today. That's why we dying. What's that brother's name that made that song? He said, "You want to know why niggas keep dying? Because niggas keep dissing." My brother was 100% right. 100% right. Like, when you can't go around disrespecting the dead and disrespecting people and they dead family members, like, you're not hurtful at his up. I'm saying it's sad for that brother because his sister, she went live, I guess, and she was crying on the live saying, "Why I did this to my brother?" Like, it's a sad thing. Like, you see, like, we have brothers that died, right? Right. Like, we know the UPK, we mourn for the living, right? Right. Like, you know what I'm saying, once they gone, they gone. Like, once a brother or sister is gone, that's it, they gone. But who do we cry for? We cry for the living because they leave back kids. Like, that's the biggest thing with me. The kids get me every time, man. I'm a big sucker for the kids. Gonna get me every single time. I be feeling bad for the kids, man, because they're like, their father's gone, right? Their mother's gone. So it's a sad thing. But now jump on North Korea, right? Now, in Revelations, it says there'll be wars and rumors of wars, right? Now, in today's time, we got wars and rumors of that wars. Right. Don't forget what the Most High said. I'm paraphrasing. The hand of Russia. If anyone knows, Russia represents the bear in the Bible, right? Russia represents the bear, and who's the dragon again?
The dragon in Revelation
is the oppressor. Yes. So this dragon would be like I don't know, like the white man's empire, right? I don't know, America, England. We all know that movie. Could it come with a remake of it? The Game of Thrones, right? You seen the movie? You seen that movie, right?
The show?
Yeah, the show Game of Thrones.
I saw a couple episodes.
You like that shit? A lot of brothers in the school love that shit up.
Yeah, but the first couple episodes kind of tough. They got a lot of crazy stuff.
You gave up? Oh, you talking about the brother and sister shit at the end? I was surprised there.
Like,
I was wild.
That's
wild. Esau though. Like that ain't shit that we haven't seen. That's Esau. Like what you mean? That's Esau. But Game of Thrones, we know if you follow the movie, like a lot of the brothers in the UPK do, like truthfully, the Bible is being written out in front of you. Like Revelations is being written out in front of you. Right. That whole like the winter's coming and winter coming to kill them all. Like who do you think that was? There was a king coming to kill them all. Wrong, right? They all are afraid of that king coming to kill them, right? And that king was who? Yahushua. Yahushua was that king that was coming to kill, like, because, listen, I said this over and over, and we always say this in the UPK. Everything has to be answered for. You cannot go through life like hurting people, killing, raping, and robbing. Like, listen, this life as we know it, we're at the end. We got people, like Revelations speak about, life would be so hard that people want to take their own life, right? You have people killing themselves like life is tough. Like famine's coming, right? Murder, rape, all that shit is coming. Like we got World War coming. Put like this, it's gonna get so bad, especially in America. It's gonna get so bad that we know in the average third world country, they're used to certain shit. They used to having sleep for dinner. Like I always bring out. At one time, I used to have sleep for dinner, where I used to go to sleep to keep my stomach from being hurt. That's a fact. That's something that as Black and Hispanic we used to that, right? That's what we the bottom of the earth. So we used to that shit. But there's coming a time and period where, because the American citizen is not used to that in itself will be hell on earth. Can you imagine, like, not being able to eat for a whole, how many days can you go without eating? I'm talking about nothing.
5 days?
Right? 5 days, something like that?
Physically
5-6 days. Water is like what? 3 days, 4 days? Some shit like that, right? So imagine now not having clean water. Just clean water. So many people are gonna die from certain necessities, right? Not having clean water, not having food to eat. And you know when niggas is hungry, what happens? Violence rise. And that's coming to America. All that built up aggression, all that's coming to America. And what I feel bad for, you see all these poor people you see out here in America, they're gonna become food for all these white supremacists. When they go raid the different neighborhoods and shit, they're gonna become food for them. But this is what Revelation was talking about. God was talking about this time, written thousands of years ago. Everyone say, "Oh, God ain't real." Like God ain't. I get you, because the Christian church, you don't believe in God. I'm saying, but the ISUPK, we give you a new perspective on the Bible. We show that, in fact, God does not love everybody. I'm saying God only love a particular people, and those people are the children of Israel, and that's who Christ is coming back to save and kill everybody else. And those that are left will be taken into as our slaves, just like we was taken into slaves by them, right? So what's happening to in Russia, that's prophecy. Personally, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, I'm saying, oh man, I can't wait for that to happen. Like, don't get me wrong, like life is hell, but any wise man know that time is gonna be hell, man. That time, we're gonna see who's really with what. You know what I'm saying?
As the scriptures say, it's a time that it's never been that bad, and there'll never be another time that's as bad as it is then.
It's never been that bad, and it's never gonna be a time like people don't understand. You think it's bad now. You know the Benjamites had a song like it goes, You think you're seeing blood is like running yet? Like you ain't seen nothing yet. Like I mean, like that song they speak about. You think you really seen blood yet? You haven't seen nothing yet. This, as hard as life is right now, inflammation, all that shit. Just imagine this times 10 on steroids. That's what's coming. That's what's coming, and that's why God said, "What? Gather yourself together, a nation not desired." Ain't no lone wolf in that day that's to come. Mark my words. You out there, lone wolf. You don't need anybody. You don't need family. I tell them all the time. Family is my greatest strength, and UPK is the greatest family anyone can ever have. Anyone can ever have the greatest family. We ain't running, leaving each other. We'll never leave each other. Like it is what it is. Let's say, like they all say we're wrong, right? Let's say for argument's sake we're wrong. Then we all gonna die together. Simple as that. And we just all gonna die together. I said this, me and my brothers have said this over and over. I've come too far to turn around now. Every man and woman have a decision to make in their life. Every man and woman. You're gonna choose. Is this the life for you? If it's not, then most High be with you. But if it is, you have to go all the way in. All the way in. And the Third World War we're on the brink of it. We're on the brink of race wars coming out, famine coming to America. You know they said there's a food shortages, right? There's a food shortage coming to America. You know why there's a food shortage coming to America? Because America, right? Ding, ding, ding. America have gotten itself where everything they got coming into America, they get from somebody else. Just imagine that. Imagine that. You create a society where your sole survival is based off of what another man or woman or whoever can give you, another country can give you. That's a recipe for disaster. Right? That doesn't make any sense. Farming is gone down. No one want to work anymore. Like nothing. So when that time come, you're gonna have to live with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's it. I know Russia and China or Russia and US. Honestly, since it's coming anyway, like hey, can't stop it. Let it kick off then. That's my own motto with it. But give me Romans up. You got one on Romans? Yeah, Romans chapter 3, verse 3. Now, to give you a little backstory, so we know that there's people out there that say what? Like God ain't real, right? God in Most High is not real. There's no way there's a God out there that controls everything, right?
Right.
Keep going on.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe?
So what if some did not believe in the Most High, right? We all know there's only one God. That is the God of the Israelites. Right? God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. History has proven that. When I say history, ask the Asians. Asians have a story of the flood, right?
That's right.
That's how we know the flood is real. The Asians have their own story of the flood. So did those people in the Middle East. So did those Africans, those Hamites have a story. Everybody got a story of the flood. That's how we know the flood is very real, right? Keep going up.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Shall them not believing that there's no God? It's like saying this, and I always use this example. You ever hear stories of men, right, that are laying in their bed with their woman at night, and they hear somebody come in their house. A nigga lock his door. And you figure like, hey, I'm gonna pretend I'm sleeping. Maybe he ain't gonna hurt nobody. Like nigga, well, he said, well, I'm gonna pretend I'm sleeping. He ain't gonna hurt nobody in here if we sleeping. Let him just take what he need and go. That's what I like to equate this scripture to. Because you don't believe, you don't think it's like what? God, I mean, ain't nothing gonna happen? Go ahead, out. What's the temperature on in here?
It's getting down what you got.
Nah, I'm.
It's at 77.
It's at 77. Temperature's 81 right now, sir.
Turn that shit off, lock. Please. Just give me that for an hour. Lock it.
It's probably that.
That's probably what it is. I feel something directly on me. I don't like that. Like, turn off now. Yeah, turn off for me now. But go ahead.
If I could, this is like one of the cheap things that I like to relate that Christian ideology of I don't believe in all that, and it's all of our people.
Mm-hmm.
But when we tell them the truth and we say, yeah, God doesn't love everybody, we're His chosen. We are cursed because we're not behaving the way our Father told us to behave.
Mm.
And they say, "Oh, I don't believe in all that," as though that exemplifies them
Right.
from judgment.
From judgment, right?
Like,
You know,
you do realize your Father don't give a damn whether or not you believe it.
Right.
He's Daddy.
And here's what they don't understand: they could like take like the court system, right? Let's say you do something wrong in America, right?
Right.
And then the police come and arrest you for what you do wrong, and you say, "Oh no, I'm not under that." It's the Moorish. Some brothers are becoming more, right? So we know that there's black people in America. Their gateway to freedom is, I don't know if y'all don't know, but them saying they're not American citizen, they're a Moorish what?
They say Moorish American.
They're a Moorish American, meaning they're not under American rule, like American law. That means the law doesn't apply to them. Meaning, for instance, driving around with a driver's license, they don't have to do that because they're Moorish American. Like they classify as more. That's like being classified as a woman, but you're really a man. Classified as a man, but you're really a woman. Well, no, those laws don't apply to me. I don't got to use the restroom. No, I'm a man or I'm a woman. It's like a man put on a woman's dress. Well, no, I'm a woman today. I don't got to use a woman's restroom. I don't got to use a man's restroom. I'm coming to a woman's restroom. Are you kidding me? I got daughters. I got wives. It's like, imagine how a man I feel like you. So you want that man to go in there with your woman in that restroom so he can do what? Rape her next? We know that's what's coming, right? We heard the story like in prison where that I don't know if y'all heard the story that one's transgender. We're gonna bring it out this week too, in the podcast. You heard about it?
Yeah, you got two females pregnant.
Yeah, the transgender that got 2 female pregnant. They transferring, in prison. They transferring. I laugh. I say, hey, he is the devil. He is the damn devil because he allowed every ounce of confusion. Every ounce of confusion. The reason why the world is so messed up today, and he has to live with that. The Bible said it's gonna get to a time of period where you're not gonna see any more white people on the face of this earth. And I say that's very much righteous. Mm-hmm. That's very much righteous. If anybody is on the other side and you want to love everybody and come together with everybody, in the ISUPK, we always say this. Every man and woman have their own choice. But in here, we're going to separate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I said this last week. There's a God out there that want everyone to come together. Like I would just like that one famous quote by that North American brother, that warrior. I'm paraphrasing. It's the one they're about to kill, and they told him that he can become a Christian. So the white man's about to kill him. He's on his knees, and the white man's about to kill him and tell him like, listen, you're about to die, but if you die, you get to go to heaven. He asked him, what's that? It's like, well, is it in our faith? When you die, like either go to heaven or hell. Hell is fire and hot, and heaven is where it's like beautiful. Where you can go in the afterlife and live good. As they're about to kill him, he says, well, is there pale skin? Is there white people in heaven? And the white man was like, well yeah, there's white people in heaven. He said, I'd rather go to hell. That brother, hey, whoever that brother right there, that's what I want to go to war with. I want to go to war with that nigga. Like General said, I like niggas that's dangerous. I like to go to like man's man. You feel me? Like birds of a feather flock together. Like you want to go to war with a man that like listen, like he's a dangerous man. I want to stand next to him. He's a warrior. Like I like that. That's what I said. I'm always gonna favor the nigga that like fight back. You ever heard the saying, so what if you're getting your ass whooped? Yeah. Fight back. That's right. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna love that man that fight back. And that saying, I love that saying. He said, I'd rather go to hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that is. Go ahead up.
So like if I could, sir, to build on what you're saying, like Esau is looking right now at Antarctica. They're pulling out ice cores, and they've been doing this for years, but they're pulling out ice cores because of global warming, and it's like they're in this constant, unending search for some proof that the Earth has to offer to say that global warming isn't their fault. They're just looking and looking and looking and looking for years and years and years to find some little piece of evidence that says, so it's not our fault. It's just natural. It's just happening.
It's like science. All science is just man's way of proving God's theory. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just man's way of testing what God says. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense. So they'll put like a man on vegetables and fruits and vegetables for like a month, and then put another man on like McDonald's and shit like that for a month, and see who who like bodies start to change and they realize that man with fruits and vegetables, he's actually healthy as hell. All that it's just their way of proving. You feel me? And that's all. That's all it is. Like, and that's the reason why God got to destroy us. Don't forget, Adam and Eve was kicked out of the garden for that same thing, for wanting to test the Most High. Right? Don't forget, they said Eve, after she took a bit of that fruit, right? They said after they did something wrong, they went and hid themselves in cloth of the other nation, right? They went to go hide themselves amongst the other nation. Why they did that for? Because they know they did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I go back to what you said. Ain't no way you not believing in God is not gonna change the judgment that's coming to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I'm sure Jimmy Young thought he couldn't be touched. He believes he couldn't
Of course.
be touched.
Money will, you know how it is.
The truth always prevail. You could get touched and it happened, and
That
brother's dead for that.
and like the story says, because he brought out the rapper that just died. They said he was hanging out on the porch, like in front of his house. Him, his pops. That's a sad thing too, because his pops got shot. Imagine the pops watch his own son die. Man, I always say the same thing, man. Children should be marrying parents. Parents should be marrying it. Shouldn't be marrying it. Shouldn't be bearing their own children. Like that's a terrible thing. Well, he got shot with his dad there. They were hanging out on the porch and shit. Well, they said men came up from behind him and started shooting. Whatever beef he had there. You know what I'm saying it's a terrible thing. Terrible thing. But yes, everything you say in life, your mouth has power. The tongue is very powerful. Watch what you say. Watch what you say. Simple as that. I mean, I don't know what more to say than that. As men, I feel like as men, we should know. It's really women that have a hard time with their mouth. I'm saying vast majority of women that really have a hard time with their mouth. Not all. You know what I'm saying there's some women out there, beautiful sisters out. Hear them up. They quiet. They don't say. There's some beautiful sisters out there in the UPK. You go to Passover. You see them sisters, man. They watch their mouth. They watch what they say. They sweet. They respectful. All that. And there's some women that are just dragons. Absolute dragons that the Bible speak on. Just motor mouth. Just talk. As if their opinion matters. You know what I'm saying? Give me Psalms. Psalms 14:1. Psalms chapter 14, verse 1. Right? But they say that there is no God. And we know that fools say there's no God, right? Why is it foolish to say there's no God?
It's like it, sir, from a carnal standpoint, because the claim that it's all a result of evolution and the Big Bang without the Most High, when you break down the mathematic probability and the chances that all of this came from nothing without a creator, it's literally impossible.
Here's how I know that the reason why they say there's no God is because accountability. Accountability is the reason why men and women do not want to believe in God. You know why? Because to believe in God, truly believe in the Most High, comes to certain rules and regulation that you have to keep. Right. And many men and women do not want to be ruled over. Right. You understand that we're absolutely rebellious. Don't forget, when Cain killed Abel, what did the Most High say? I would not always strife with men. Like, I don't got to always fight with you. Right. A very righteous man, give it enough time, they ain't got to always fight with you. For what? God said, I ain't gonna keep fighting with you. I don't gotta keep fighting with you because you're a flesh. To me, one of the most gangster shit I've ever heard in my life. Gangster. He said, I can just kill you. Like, it's like men in UPK, for instance, like when we go out there and we talk to brothers and sisters and we try to bring them into the truth and let them know like the truth of the Bible and whatnot. I mean, we travel and go state to state and interviews and this and that and la. And I mean, when we go do all that, right? We go do all that. Do we force men and women to follow us? For what? My job is just to tell you. That's it. I'm not gonna fight with you. I don't have to fight with you. I don't need you. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? Nor am I gonna always strife with you. Why should I strife with you? When I could just tell you want to listen, I turn my back on you. Okay, go ahead, read that for me out.
Yes, sir. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 14, verse 1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God.
The fool has said in his heart, right? His mind, there is no God. We'll tell you, accountability. Do you know I know that men are foolish? You have people out there that literally wake up every day and they fall off to the zodiac sign. Here's why. Let me tell you why. I don't know too much about it, but I know enough to know that the reason why they follow that, there's no work coming following the zodiac sign. There's no work. There's work coming to following God, right? You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't go over here. You can't go over there. You know what I mean, there's work coming following that. But to get up every day and follow a zodiac sign, there's no work. My zodiac says this today. I didn't even know people actually did that. I'm being serious. I didn't know that till recently. I ran to go look at. I'm reading like people actually wake up every day, get a message saying your zodiac says this today and says that today. But yet till they have the nerve to say there's no God. You're gonna believe. I don't even know where they even getting that from. I don't even know where they even get that from. You're gonna believe the stars in the sky, but there's no God. That's how you know accountability. Men and women have refused, especially black people. We refuse. We refuse to accept accountability. We do not care for accountability. Go ahead.
So like it's just to touch on the zodiac signs, right? The zodiac signs, they stem from Babylonian astronomy.
Right.
And one of the main Babylonian concepts was that every man and woman is free to do what they want to do, right? And so now with the zodiac signs, what you see today, they've adapted that concept. And now if you look up your zodiac for today, for instance, if you're an Aquarius and you look at for whatever month of the year, I don't know which one is the month for the Aquariuses, but for that specific day, you look at your zodiac, you get one thing here, you get one thing there, and you get one thing there, and all of the different sources. And the reason why is because one, it's all garbage, but two, it all stems from do whatever you want to do. So it's all lawlessness. It's all
I'm telling
like
you,
you said, no accountability.
There's nothing more beautiful in this world to these people, right? Than just you mean to get to me, I get to do whatever I want to do. You know why they love America so much? They say America, land of the free, home of the brave, right? First off, where's the freedom at? Ain't nothing free here, nigga. If anybody, I'll tell you this, if anybody want to give you something for free, get mad at them. Right. Take it from priests and offers out by Get mad at them. They trying to play you for a sucker. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in America that's free. Nothing in America that's free. And I say this to you, young sister. If a man is willing to offer you something and he said it's for free, do not accept it. Right. Hold your honor. You know what he's going to want next is that box. That's what ain't nothing free in America. Bravery. We got men raping little girls. Do you know that there's women out there right now as we speak? This is the most whorish kingdom in the world. Meaning, I don't know how you brothers feel. Like, I see sisters every day and they giving out their box for free, y'all. It's so easy to get a woman today. Do you not know that there's men taking that box from women? For what? You taking it from her, she giving it to you for free. What is you raping them for? That's the sign of a coward. That's the sign of a coward. You mean to tell me there's rapists today? You have to rape a woman today when they giving it away for free? You have to rip a woman's clothes off today when they half naked. The census is today. The average woman is half naked today. You see what these women lingeries that they wear like in bed? What do you call bra and panties? Women swimming like in bra and panties. They go to the beach. You see a girl in like bra and panties, a little skimpy. I saw a picture. I came across a picture. I'm like, what? She wearing like.
They call it a swimsuit.
They call that a swimsuit. A two-piece swimsuit. Like it was like something like this. I've never seen something like that before. And she had the same shit like where her box is supposed to be at. And a little cover her box. Like they call that a swimsuit. Why? Because America give you that law. Give you that privilege to do that. So that's what they all do. Society is not supposed to be that way. That is disgusting. And we have men raping women today. There's a thing called OnlyFans today, right? Right. OnlyFans. You mean to tell me like you paying to see her naked? Once again, you paying money to see that woman naked and doing shit on her channel. Isn't there pornographic website all over the internet? So you mean to tell me you paying this niggas is they bugging? Like men and women are sick today. We have some sick people in the society. You're paying money to see her naked. This woman that you don't know naked. When that shit is all over the internet. That's the society we live in today. And that's what men and women say they're going in the battle to fight for. America is the most sinful nation on the face of the earth. Every sin is here in America. Every sin, you name it. Pedophilia is here. Anything you want to do. You want to hump a chicken? They do it here. I'm being dead ass. Niggas really violating chicken. Niggas is violating chicken. That's why I don't know. Come a period of time, I have to stop eating chicken. Niggas is really violating chicken. You mean to tell me you violate? Like, nigga, we got to eat that. Niggas is violating chicken. Like, it make me no want. Like, I gotta find another substitute for chicken. For real, I gotta find another substitute because niggas out here violating chicken. Like, I don't know chicken I'm eating. I don't know if a nigga violated. Like, I'm sitting here looking at it like, nigga, I don't know. That's what they're doing today. But yesterday, I have to say, there's no, like, God is not real. The reason why you don't believe God is not real today is because you figuring yourself, oh my God, look at all this sin that we're living around. Surely there's not a God. Give it enough time. Be patient. Give it enough time. You know what I'm saying? Give it enough time. Something you want to say? Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Zephaniah 2:1. Because we were speaking on today about how there's a war coming, right? And how to survive that war. God is going to give us what the UPK has been doing since '69. God is going to give us the only way we can survive that war is to come. Keep going. Read that for me.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
Go ahead.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Oh, nation what?
Not desired.
Nation that's not desired. Ain't nobody want to be you. Who want to be black? You see the condition that we're living in? Take the average black person, right? That love white people or love any other nation. The reason why they love them up or they feel as if they love them up is because they come from a selfish point of, okay, well, that white person was kind to me. You just that black friend up. You ever see a group of white people that can have that one black friend around them up? How come you never find like 2 or 3 of them around them? There's always that one black girl, right? It's always that one black man that's around them, right? And if you find 2 of them, both of those black people are at odds with each other in that group because they fighting for masses' approval. They don't love you. They learn to tolerate you. Ain't no love amongst them. Most I said to gather yourself together, a nation not desired. Nobody want to be black. I'm here to tell you, black women, nobody want to be you. The average white woman do not want to be you. Yes, you're not protected. Yes, you live the hardest life. You know what I'm saying? You come from a broken home. Mama, daddy don't love you. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's in jail. Mama's on drugs. You was raped as a child. You was molested by our uncle. Yes, this is the life that we live. White women, white people, Asians know this. Don't forget that prime minister over there in was it Japan or was it North Korea? The one that says he would he didn't want to be like black people in America. Who was that again? It wasn't Kim Jong-un. North Korea, right? Was it?
Yeah, I think it might have been the capital.
Yes. He said they criticizing us. America and the West is criticizing us. Look what they did to them black people over there. They still have living in them ghettos. Even he know the condition that we living in. He says what we fight against is we don't want to be like them. I can't blame him. It's hot as hell now, huh? Turn that shit on. Salakia. I'm hot as hell now. I don't know. I might be getting old for real. Turn the old man for real. Like, hey, it's a side note. I'm happy as hell. Nigga. Shit, we didn't think we was gonna live this whole shit. We still alive. We still here though. You know what I'm saying? But I say that to say that North Korea man, he's like, hell no. I do not want to be like the black people in America. That's what we're fighting against. Why would the North Koreans, why would the Asians be saying that? Why would the Arabs be saying they don't want to turn out like the black people here in America?
Salaki, sir, because they're all well aware of what's going on.
They well aware of what's going on, huh? You mean to tell me, like, you think they don't know what happened to Sandra Bland? Tamir Rice? Do you think the Asians are not watching this? Them Asians over there going. The Arabs said the same shit. The Taliban and all of them, they said they'd rather die than to be living how black people live over here. Except black people, we're the only people that not understand the hell of the condition that we're living in. Because it's like we grew up underneath this suffering. So we think it's normal. You think it's normal the fact that you have to wake up like, look at the average woman today. Average black woman today, right? Let's start with the average black woman before we go to math. The average black woman today, from the time they're 18 years old, and I'm being very generous, they're out on their own, right? Their mother and father can't wait to get rid of them. They cannot wait to get rid of them up. You mean at 18 by law now she can get out my house? Get out my house. Especially if mama go have that new boyfriend and you don't like her boyfriend and what? You getting your ass out of her house, right? And she go and live on her own. She have her first boyfriend, right? And what happened? She get pregnant and that man leave her, right? Now she's stuck with kids and look at the life. You think life is supposed to be that way? And let me show you how normal it is. A lot of sisters brag about what? I'm a single black mother who's trying to raise these boys, and it's an honor to them. Life is not supposed to be like that, sister. I'm telling you, you're supposed to have a husband. By the time you're 19 years old, I'm saying the kingdom, you'd have been married with somebody already. By the time you're 20, 21, you probably had kids already, traveling the world. Life's supposed to be like that. Seeing your children grow, that's what life's supposed to be like. See the white women living in, like that's how their life is like that. The average white woman at 25 years old still living with her mom and daddy out. All that money she's saving up. Grandparents paying her way through college. And she go there and be the biggest whore in the world. White women, at first, white women are the greatest whores. Believe me when I tell you. I remember being in school and I was a ball player. I know. White women were it's like they're bred to be hoes from the time they're little kids. That's a fact. Our citizens, like, that's not your nature. That's not your nature. Go to black man now. What's the average lifespan for a black man? Let's start there. Especially in the ghetto. I remember at one time I was saying, man, I would love to make it to 18 years old. You know how sad that is, Man, I wonder what it's going to be like when I get to 21. Am I going to be able to get to 21? You know how sad that is? Nigga, life is not supposed to be that way.
Average lifespan for a black man at one time was 40 years old. The reason why was because so many black men was being killed at, between the ages of 15 to 25, and then so many of our brothers was dying from high blood pressure and diabetes and things like that before they hit the age of 60. So it's like that was the average because
not to mention stress, stress is the number one killer, like that. Like that heart, the stress that you're putting on your heart. Because look how hard our life is. Look how hard it is for women, our men. That's why we dying. But God said this will happen to us. You find that in Deuteronomy 28 chapter. God's speaking on all these things happening to us because we refuse. We want to do what we want to do. Right? We don't want to do what we're told. Men don't want to do what they're told, nor do women want to do what they're told. Right? The average sister say what? Ain't no nigga gonna tell me what to do. Them sisters, when they be say that shit, like niggas be arguing with them on Clubhouse. Niggas be really going back and forth with them on Clubhouse. It's like, the reason why it's funny to me is like, for one, that's not even your girl. Like, chill. If she wants to be a dragon, let her be a dragon. Now, if a nigga take her up and want to dwell with that dragon, then most I be with you. I don't let it, like when sister say that shit to me, I don't let it stress off my back out. You know how much women there is out there? You know how much men there is out there? If you're not happy with your man or you're not happy with your woman, it's America, right? You get to do whatever you want to do. Live it up, right? And go ahead then. They really going back and forth, putting all this stress on their heart, going back and forth to argue for what? This land of free, right? You're free to leave if you want. Right? That's what we told. Hey, if you can, give me 1 John 4:20. 1 John 4:20. 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. Right? We're gonna go through some brotherhood scriptures, right? What do brotherhood and what do sisterhood mean? What does it mean to be a sister and what does it mean to be a brother? How do you show another black person you love them? You got it? Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
He's a what?
A liar.
He's a what?
A liar.
He's a liar. Why would God call you a liar? Don't forget, God is never wrong, right? Is he? Is God wrong? That's something you have to ask yourself, right? Go ahead.
It's like the Most High call us a liar if we hate our brother and say we love him, because the Most High knows, unlike us, that we're actually all family. So if you say you hate your brother, or so if you hate your brother and then you say you love your father, that sounds stupid. That doesn't even make no goddamn sense.
Because your brother came from your father. Your brother is a reflection of your father. I get what you're trying to go at. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I think the rest of the verse kind of
answers it for you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Middle of 20. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he
God said what?
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen.
Meaning, right? Here's why God said this, because don't forget, at one time in the nation of Israel, we want to be like the other nations so bad, we asked for a king. Wrong, right? And we got King Saul. See, that nigga was a baby, like a child, like, you know what I'm saying? Feelings all hurt and sensitive and shit. Salakia. Every time I think about him, but we asked for a king, right? We wanted it because what? We're a visual people. You know how it is. We're a visual, like, right? Imagine having a I laugh every, like there's people picking up the phone a weekend and calling into hotlines for like phone sex with women. I laugh. It's not even funny. It's just, niggas is really good out here. Lucky, like niggas is. I don't know. Let me find out. A lot of you out there for real. Like when there's physical women out there, it's like a man that play with his stick. Are you really in the room playing with your stick? When there's physical women out there, let me find out. A lot of you out there really, when there's a full warm-blooded women out there, you get out. They're really in there. Salakia. But God, Most High is saying that because we're like a physical being. We like to. At one time in the nation of Israel, God had said He was going to be our king. He was going to be our ruler. We would need a physical king. We plead with God. We pleaded with God that we wanted a king like the other nation. We want someone that we could see. We wanted a president, right? So the Most High gave us King Saul. So okay, you want a king? Here's what you're asking. Just like Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve wanted to be like the other nations. They want to be like the other nations so much. They started putting on garments and clothes like the other nations. Your Louis Vuitton, your Sean Johns. You started wearing booty shorts. All that comes from white women. They created that. Right. That's for them. We never dress like that. With your ass hanging out, your titties hanging out, tight dress you feel me out? We never did any of that shit out. That was never our nation out. But we want to be like the other nation, so we picked that up, right? God know that we're a physical being, right? So God is saying, how can you say you hate your brother but love God when your brother you see every single day? Because God know we're a physical being. We love to see shit. Right. You don't love me. You don't know one. You've never seen me before. That's what God is saying. But him every day, you grew up with him. He lived next door to you. Right? He's your brother. He's your sister. She's your sister. You hate her, but you love me? Keep going on.
How can he love the Most High whom he have not seen?
Well, how can you love God who you have not seen? I don't care what nobody say in the face of this earth. I'll say this. Nah, do we all come from broken homes? Absolutely. We niggas. I can count on. I don't have enough hands. The shit that happened to me with family. I don't got enough hands. Put it like this. More black people have hurt me than white people have hurt me. I'll say it again. More black people have hurt me than white people have hurt me. I mean, in family. direct family, mothers and fathers, you know what I'm saying, have hurt me than white people could ever hurt me. If I sit here and tell you some of the shit that my father said to me, nigga look me dead in my eyes, bro. Dead in my eyes, as if I was nothing, and said certain shit up. But up to today, even with me telling you that, more black people have hurt me directly. Mothers and fathers have hurt me more than white people have. I still love my mama and father more than any other white man, woman, and child in the face of this earth. Mark my words up. Any white man, woman, and father, I don't give a. Take the more richest white man today, and the smallest of black white baby today. I can give a damn about that baby out. I love my nation of people out. I love my nation of people. And that's the way we have to look at it. That's how you truly know you love God. Because you see that which you hate in your mother and father, that which you hate in them so much, for one, I always say this, you don't know what the life is that they come up under. You don't know what the life is like. And the reason why so much of our lives is so hard today is because we show no love for our brothers and sisters, for our mothers, fathers. We show no love for our daughters, huh? The hatred that we carry for our own people. Do you know under the hardship that we didn't came up under? Do you know at one time they used to use our women as cum buckets? You know what cum bucket is? One time the white man used to be so jealous of the rod that we carry and how we could please our women. That nigga will hang us up upside down and cut us from the balls down. Now, imagine that happening and your mother and father came up under certain condition that imagine they were raised by their fathers and their mothers. Right. Imagine what happened to them when they went through. Right. Here's what God is saying. God is saying, I'm not saying you haven't had a tough life. I know you had a tough life. I was right there when you were going through that tough life. But your mother and father also had a tough life, and they hated you for it. Look how they treated you. Look how our mother and father treated us, huh? They failed, huh? What do you think? You treat them like shit? You think, let me get it straight. So your mother and father, their parents treat them like shit, right? And they treated you like shit. You think you're winning by treating them like shit? Here's what's going to happen. You're going to have kids. You're going to have daughters. You're going to have sons. And they're going to treat you like shit. And their kids would have kids and they're going to treat you like shit. Ain't nothing special about you. Right. Nothing special about you. Right. God is saying, can you overcome that? That's what God is asking you. Can you overcome that? As bad as they treat you, can you treat them good? I know you can because you treat white people good. And white people have done more damage to you than your mama and daddy ever can. You do know that the condition that we live in is because of the condition that their parents put us through. Meaning our life wouldn't be this hard today if their parents didn't put our parents through certain shit. You want to forgive them for that 400 plus years of slavery. But fuck your mama and daddy. Certainly you can't love me then. I ain't no sucker. I would never believe that. I love my mother and father. You would, by the way I treat them, you can't even tell that we've been through certain shit. The reason why I do that? Because I want to break the curse. That's right. So my kids don't grow up and treat me like shit up. That's right. I got a son. One day when he get older, he'll understand. I'm tough on my son. I'm tough on him. You know what I'm saying? But I know he know I love him. The way I play with him, you know what I'm saying? You see him come around. But you know when the kids are, you know how kids is. When they start to get older and shit, they understand. We all got treated a certain way, huh? You know what I'm saying? You read that from the top for me again now.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4, and verse 20.
I know you want to say something, right? Y'all can want to say something? You good?
If I could,
Go ahead.
Salaki, if you don't mind, we got the Black, Hispanic, and Native people. We got this issue that stinks so bad amongst us, just in a day-to-day life situation where we walk by one another like we'll walk by a goddamn devil, blue eyes, blonde hair, raggedy as hell, and how you doing, sir? Good morning, and walk by the very next brother or sister and don't say a goddamn thing.
Facts.
Like we don't owe courtesy and like common courtesy and absolute, like we owe it to one another as a people, as a family, to be happy that we see another black man who's not getting stomped out by cops or a sister who's not with the devil. Like
here's what our people don't understand, Unc, and that is your life that you live today is a reflection on what you deserve. I'm gonna say it again. The life that you live today is a reflection of what you deserve. Here's what I mean when I say it. The Israelites went against God, right? And the Most High said he will punish us for it. We're being punished for it, right?
That's right.
Right? All right. A rapist that rape a little girl, right? It's in prison today. He's living, would you not say he's living in the life that he deserved?
That's right.
Absolutely. What people don't understand is there's this thing that's called spirit that's go around. You ever heard the saying, when you do good unto others, good will be done unto you?
Right.
There's people walking around today out. They're terrible people out. They're terrible people. And specifically, I'm speaking on Black, Hispanic, and Natives. Specifically, like, I'm going to stay in-house. Black people. I can care less what white people do.
Right.
I'm saying ain't nothing a white man can do and say that can change how I feel about him. Like, it is what it is. I'm saying we ain't gone too far. Ain't nothing you can say to me. It's been up with me. But our people, however, the life that we live is a reflection of what we deserve. And how our life will go on and carry on is if we decide to make a change in our life or not. Here's what I mean when I say it. America, we all know is hell, right? America is absolute hell. I was talking to Brother Parak about this the other day, right? Let's say we're talking about a slave and how things cost here in America. Everything costs in America. We know. I said it earlier. Like, there's nothing free in America. Everything costs. Meaning you have to work for what you want in America. Even you can work all hours in the world. It's still not gonna get you. You know what I'm saying, the comfort that you truly want. Let's call it what it is. It's hella we live in, right? But nonetheless, we must carry on. We were speaking on how we're having to work here in America. Everything that you want, you have to work for. Every single thing you have to work for. Football player that wanted to become really good is gonna have to work for. A woman that wants to grow up, come up in the corporate world, she's gonna have to work for. And everything takes a sacrifice. A football player is gonna sacrifice his body. Right here. This bump in my neck that everybody grab my neck would feel. That came from a concussion, a terrible concussion. That was perfect. That was the worst one I ever got out. The collision was up to this day. I could still feel it. I could still feel it, and I box, so you know that has to make it even worse. All the hitting and punching, and you know what I'm saying, dipping and dodging, and you know you've been in a couple of wars. Boxing, you don't be in some wars, right? Everything is a sacrifice. A sister coming up in that corporate world, she's gonna have to sacrifice. I understand that. More likely, you're sacrificing to have a man and children in a household. So you're going to make it in your corporate world. When you reach that corporate top, you're going to realize that all of that was for nothing. Because certain things that women desire, like having a family, kids, and a house, and a husband that you're sacrificing for. I always say, like, you shouldn't cry. Women say, why can a man still be with a woman and support her and go through all that? Because what you want in life is way different what a man wants in life. That is life. Life is not what the hell you want. Everything is a sacrifice. Everything is a sacrifice. You get up and go to slave every single day, and you slave and you make your money. Understand that what comes with it is your body will eventually break down. What comes with it? After a certain time, like, you ain't Superman. Your body will eventually break down. I know. Believe me, I can tell you. I'm saying ain't enough massage can say like the feeling I be feeling sometimes. I'm saying, but that's what life is, huh? It's a sacrifice. Now, I say that to say, if you cannot sacrifice, right? Like the brother just brought out, every day you get up, you go to work, and you follow these rules, right? They set at work at your workplace for you to be able to work there, right? And I always hear sisters that have a problem with. They say, black man, well, they want me to come home and cook and clean and do all that. This is why I say the sisters that say that, right? So they can go to a job and work for the white man and do everything for him, bring him coffee, do all that shit. But to come home and do it for their husband and child is a problem. This is what I'll say. Like, I don't know how your husband carry on, you know what I'm saying? But this is why I say that any sister have a problem with that. And maybe having a husband is not for you. Maybe having a husband is not for you, sis. You know what I'm saying? That's some of the wisest counsel I can give you. And I'm saying this to you as a brother, you know what I'm saying, speaking to a sister. I said this in my own flesh. I got, you know how many sisters I got? I got like 8 sisters. You know what I'm saying? Love them all. You know what I'm saying? Can't stand none of them. You know what I'm saying? But I love them nonetheless. You know how it is. Ain't nothing worse than a headache sister. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. But love them all nonetheless. But this is what I would tell them. Maybe having a husband is not for you. You're not ready for a man. You're still in a child's mindset, then, if that's the case. All right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, like what you're saying is so heavy. Second Ezra, the 7th chapter, the 57th verse says, "Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight." Like that's the and if we keep reading, Salaki.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Verse 58 says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. So what you're talking about, that's not just talking about men. That's talking about women. That's talking about brothers and sisters that
that's
have
life,
to wake up every day.
Do the that is life. Like true, like you ever heard of saying where anything is possible in life? Like in some sense here in America, because of freedom, so-called freedom America give, because it's capitalism. I mean, somebody gonna have to flip that burger, right? You have to be one on the bottom, one on the top. That's how capitalism works. But here's what the benefit also of capitalism is: the more work you put in, more likely is more you're gonna get back, right? A man that works 60-hour weeks, he's gonna make more money than a man that worked 20 hours or 30 hours that week, right? At the same pay. Now, is it right? Yes. According to capitalism and this land that we live in, yes. Meaning this, the more you put in to keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, the more you love your brother, the more you put in showing the grace to your mother and father. It's not for them. Once again, it is not for them. In the beginning, I start off by saying spirit, right? The spirit. The Most High looked down upon. Imagine that. Imagine a young girl, right? She was treated like shit by her mother and father. Follow me. Treated like absolute shit by her mother and father. Yet still, and when she becomes a woman, she have nothing but respect for them still. This is what can come from that. Most High will always favor the meek. That's written in the book of life. God will always favor the meek, the humble. You mean to tell me, even when her parents treated her, or his parents treated him like shit up, he still have nothing but respect and love for them up? Still treat them kindness. You don't speak out there. You don't try to fight your. Imagine a nigga try to fight his daddy up. I be watching men that I be hearing that be beating their daddy up. You hear stories about men literally. He's in the house beating his daddy up. Imagine that, bro. His daddy 50-something years. He in the house beating his daddy down, bloody beating his daddy down. She in the house beating her mama down. You know how disgraceful that is to me. Don't let someone like me hear that up. I'm telling you, how I'll be feeling half the time with y'all. Like, I be feeling half the time with him. I be trying to like go schizo, like as if they're the only one that can get wild. You know what I'm saying? And I be hearing things like that. The reason why is because you have men and women out there who parents treat them like shit up. I hate hearing that up. I hate hearing that. You show you have absolutely no honor for yourself and you have no respect. Yes, I get it. They treated you like shit. You know what they went through. I get it. I'm with you. I'm not. That doesn't take from how they treated you. I hear it 100%. But it's how you become a man and a woman, an adult. It's how you now carry yourself. And I promise you, you somebody meekful and you treat them with nothing but love and respect, the Most High will turn it over in their head. They will be ashamed. Wrong or right? Imagine that. A parent, imagine being a father, you treat your mother, you treated your kids like shit. And they grow up and they say, Mom, Dad, I love you. But you know, like, I love you. Treat them nothing but love and respect. You know, as a parent, you know how shameful that would make you feel? You know what that would say to you as a parent? Like, I'm ashamed. You can't even stomach your child out for how kind they treat you, because you know you don't deserve it. Now imagine if they treat you like shit. Fuck that little nigga. Because what? You know, hey, he doing what I did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You giving him all a license when you do that. That's not how you win the war. You don't win the war that way. Go ahead.
So like, and that's really the spirit behind what Christ said. When he said turn the other cheek, he wasn't talking about letting the nigga slap you twice.
That's a Christian's thing,
Yeah,
right?
like he wasn't talking about letting the nigga slap you twice. He was talking about exactly what you said. Like, yes, you did this to me, but so you hurt this side of my cheek, you hurt this side of my face, but I still have another side of my face that's clean without damage. And I'm gonna show you this side of my cheek to show you that I'm still better than you. And
that's life.
Yeah, it's like
that is life. You don't understand. Like, the only way for you to survive life, you have to have the Most High on your side. You have to have the Most High on your side. If you do not, you are going to die. You're going to die. Half the shit that we go through in life, that's God is trying to wake you up. You're on the brink of death. You're on the brink of death. It's like a man living out in the streets. I always say this. Prison is God's way of saying, wake up. You ever heard that? Like, you ever heard that say before? Like, here's why I say prison is God's way of telling you to wake up. Take that brother King Von for a living, right? Now, take that rapper King Von that died, right? That died. King Von was in jail for what? Like 3 or 4 years, right? Fighting a murder, right? Ever since he been in jail, ever since he was 12 or something like 13 years old or something like that, right? Imagine if he would have got charged for those murders. Would he still be alive right now? Would he still be? I'm asking. Would he still be alive right now if he got charged for those murders?
If he stayed in jail.
Say it again.
If he stayed in jail.
Yes. Yes, he'd still be alive right now. Sometimes God puts you through certain things up to wake you up. It's like getting your ass whooped. If you use a belt, it's God's way of giving you the belt for you to get right. Here's when you should worry: when God stopped punishing you. I ain't gonna lie, that's when I'm at my most fears. When you do something wrong, you're like, why am I gonna punish it? I'll be like, this is what I say to you: take to your knees and pray till God punish you. Pray, punish you. Death is coming next. Right? He'll still be alive right now. Like King Von, he got out of prison. He beat it, right? He beat those murder charges, got out of prison, ended up dying a year later or so. Right? Sometimes God put the sword to you, or before he put the sword to you, spank you a little bit. You'll be all right. You're still alive. Right? You're still alive. You're still breathing, right? You ate some food. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Tomorrow will be another day, and then we go from there. Well, at least you live to see another day. If you cannot, give me Luke 6:31. Luke chapter 6, verse 31. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock now. Luke 6:31. Yeah, Luke chapter 6, verse 31. Whoever got it, it don't matter.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Right? That's another brotherhood scripture, right? They're saying that do unto others as you want them to do unto you. That's where that saying comes from. Read it again.
And as ye would that men should do to you.
As you want people to do to you, you want people to be kind with you. You want people to treat you like with respect. You want people to want to help. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to put that out in the air. You got to put. You ever heard it say like you pass it on? It was a thing where people go like you pass $1, like every day you give someone $1, and that person you give $1 is supposed to give $1 to somebody else. You ever heard that saying? Pass it on. Pay for. Yeah, that's the word. Pay forward. Or like that's what you want to be. Someone like that, man. You don't want to be like a disgusted man. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about you. Every single thing is about you. You don't care about your feelings, what you want to do. Like, that's not good to be a person like that, man. It's really not good. You want to be a kind person, a person of respect. Because here's what's going to happen. People are going to treat you kind and with respect. Right? This is how you know that no one gives a shit about you. Right? During a time of calamity, who can you call? You ever heard of saying the people that burn bridges up? Burn bridges? Why they say you never want to burn bridges? Because one day you might need that bridge, right? Imagine like bridge, like actual bridge. You cross, right? You cross on that bridge, you get to one side and the other side, right? Now imagine that bridge is burnt and there's nowhere to cross to the other side, and the side that you're on is burning up. One of the most lonely thing in life is when your time of calamity come and you can't pick up your phone and call nobody. You can't pick up your phone and call nobody. You know how terrible that is, Imagine how terrible of a person or of life you have lived to where you can't pick up the phone and call anybody that genuinely want to help you. Without meaning there's nothing you can offer them. If you a man, it's even tough for you. Nigga, if you don't got no money in this world, like you over with anyway if you're a man. But if you're a woman, you know what I'm saying? Imagine like you don't have to sleep with this man or give him whatever, you know what I'm saying? For him to want to help you. You mean to tell me you can't pick up the phone and call nobody? That's a terrible life. And this is what you should do. If that happens and you a man and that happened it's time for you to sit down and start to change the way you've been living your life. And this scripture can help you. Read it again.
The book of Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Do ye also to them likewise. Right? You want to be kind, man. Trust me. You want to be kind. You want to give respect. Very respectful. Somebody asks you, hey, can I use your phone? Whatever. If you can, and if people around you, and personally, I hate loaning my phone out. But if somebody asks me, can I use your phone? And I need my ride, and they come in and here, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you can, give. If you can, give. Go ahead,
Like I was gonna say, that's a big problem with our people. We have a problem with putting ourselves in other brothers and sisters' shoes. Like imagine the thing that you would want done to you if you was in that position. That's what you should do for them. So you see them brothers and sisters on the side of the road. If you got it, just help them out.
I always say this.
Like that's what Christ said to do. Because that you have to put yourself in
their shoes. You know how lonely it is. I always say this. Like I remember not having nowhere to go. And that cold night, that cold night, and I'm laying on that bench. One time I ain't got nothing. Everybody, this was locked in the feds and this and running out of here. And y'all know my story. You know what I'm saying? I just was able to get the permission to even get a slave. You know what I'm saying? I just was, you know what I'm saying? When you running around and niggas looking for you over here, or whatever it may be, and you gotta hide out, you have nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying? You can't go over here because the niggas you beefing with or whatever, like they know you, they know your routes, right? So you can't go over there. Right? And then when you at that park and you're laying at that bench, as cold as it may be, I say this today, the loneliness was the toughest thing. That's just the loneliness. to come to that point where you're at. You say, like, look at the life I'm living. Like, look at the life I'm living. Look how lonely it is. That lonely, cold night, that was the biggest thing. The loneliness. Fuck the cold. The cold is, you know what I'm saying? But that loneliness, that should be a wake-up point in your life. You're like, okay. Like, I gotta make different shit. I gotta do new. One of the greatest thing a man told me is, you want new results? You gotta do something new. You gotta switch it up. Right? You read the other one for me out? Was that it?
You know,
That was okay. All right. My eye. Salakia. What is my eye? Give me is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Like, whoever saw the movie with DMX and Nas, it's called Belly. Belly. You remember when DMX and Nas was riding in the car together, and remember Nas was saying to DMX, like, nah, nigga, I want to move to Africa, man. Me and my girl, cause she Salakia. Nah, but you have to understand the brother was trying to get to, like, you know what I mean? You get what the nigga was trying to, you know what I mean? Reason why I let you know, reason why we laughing, because you can tell the UPK we don't mess with African.
Right.
Make no misunderstanding. Because your skin color is black to me, you don't mean a damn thing to me. You better come from the bloodline of slaves, because it's been up with the Africans too. The only thing is just with white people alone. The Africans too. Every pharaoh, everyone that subscribed to being pharaohs, we against, because we do not care for the Africans. Make no misunderstanding. Ethiopians, all them though they dwell, it's up with them too. Just like the Arabs, just like the Asians, it's been up. If you're not black, Hispanic, or Native, if you don't come from a bloodline of slaves, right? Fuck with you. Simple as that. And you know, ISUPK, you know we stand on that. That's the reason why they don't like us. They know we stand on that. And we're going to continue to stand on it. Because that's who we are. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But the movie, Nas was saying he wanted to go to Africa, right? To get a new beginning, a new start. Because they've been running on the streets, killing, robbing, you know what I mean? You know the story. Because he's saying, Nas said to DMX, you know, DMX is the wild one. He said to X, I mean, like, you ever wonder, dog, like, what his life is all about? Like, what is life all about? Like, why we suffering? Why we dying, right? People, imagine this. You're born, and then one day, you know for sure that you would die. The only thing is guaranteed in life is death. That's it. You're not guaranteed to be rich in this world, nor are you guaranteed necessarily to be poor in this world. Wrong, right, bottom on. You're not guaranteed nothing in this life but death. Just imagine that, huh? You know how terrible life is, huh? A lot of people, man. You know how terrible it is? Imagine that. Only thing that's guaranteed in life is death. So he said to him, saying, like, man, you don't sometimes wonder, like, what the life that we live? You don't want to change how we live, man. Like, what is this all about? What did DMX say to him? Man, life is about getting money. Life's about getting the P word, you know what I'm saying, box. I want to say it, you know what I'm saying? Life's about getting women and getting, you know what I'm saying, money and effing broads and this and going to clubs and life's about that, man. What you mean? That's what life's all about. X. So to answer that question, to Nas' question, what life's all about, this ISUPK stands for what life's all about. Go ahead, read it from you.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? What is life? What is life all about? Like I said. Go ahead out.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Fear the Most High. Why did God start off by saying fear God? Don't forget in Proverbs it says the fear of the Most High is the what?
The beginning of wisdom.
The beginning of what?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. You want to show you're smart? Fear God. Why? Why is fearing God wise?
It's a lot here. You'll recognize that there is a power that is more than you.
You want to know why you live such a terrible life and why things are always happening to you? Because you do not fear God. There's women out there living with no shame. Living with absolute no shame. Imagine, the most secretive thing a woman have is what? Their body, right?
Right.
I say this, if you're a woman out there and everyone is seeing you half naked already, Bro, I don't know what to tell you. You mean to tell me your most precious jewel you like everybody see? It took until when I came in the ISUPK and became a man, came in the ISUPK and became a man, I learned this out. It's like this. When something is precious to you, you hide it, right?
Damn.
So certainly, if she's not hiding her body, it's not precious to her. And if it's not precious to you, why should it be precious to me? But there is women out there. There was a video there's a picture going around on YouTube. It was some like East Indians, and they was in a pool. They had it like they shit on, like, you know, Indian women be wearing their shit on. They was in the pool, and mad niggas was laughing, going like, why they got all that shit on in the pool? Like, what the fuck? Like they never go anywhere without that shit. You know, I laugh at niggas up. The reason why, if you don't know the ISUPK standards, the reason why women are whores, because niggas like hoes. Come on and say it. The reason why women are whores, because niggas like whores. The reason why there's women basketball players, because niggas play basketball. The reason why I have women is playing football, because niggas play football. Don't let these broads fool you. A lot of these niggas be going back and forth with them. Like, don't let them fool you. They'll follow you. They want to be led. They really do. So if it's not precious to you, why should it be precious to a man? They were laughing at those East Indian women for wearing their stuff inside of swimming pool when their girl was half naked and everybody seen them.
Right.
Imagine that. Their girl was half naked. Every man is seeing them half naked up. You mean you do know, like, only thing she got on is a bra to cover her titty. And most of the time, like, you don't even have to have the titties covered now. Like, you just gotta have your nipples covered now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just gotta have like the box cover. That's it.
Yeah.
She can show everything else. That's what your woman is out there wearing. But you laugh at the woman that's covered inside the pool. You know what that's like? When niggas go real shit. When niggas take a broad from a strip club, marry her, right? They have all the money in the world. Instead of them going to go get that beautiful sister that's living out the ghetto, like her hair is raggedy, yes, and she had a hard life or whatnot, yes, but you can clean her up. This broad right here is in a strip club. You mean to tell me you a millionaire? You go and find a whore to marry. You want me to respect you? I would never ever understand that. I would never ever understand why they would take a whore to marry. Right? I would never understand when a man, she's dancing and shaking and sucking and doing all type of shit. And you wouldn't marry her with all the money in the world when you could go find some virgin, a woman that's never been touched. You go find her. And there's some women out there like 20 years old, like I've never been touched. But yet still they want to laugh at the woman that's covered. And once you know what's the most pathetic thing I noticed about that shit? You see the woman that's half naked, her God is real. Imagine that, Parak. The black woman that's in the pool in a two-piece, her God is real. She's the daughter of Zion. Right? She's daughter of Israel. Daughter of Jerusalem. Her God is real. She come from bloodline of slaves. Our God is real. Them East Indian in the pool lot that have their body covered, they God is fake. And they still standing on that shit up. Saying they're not going to take it out. Say whatever you want to say out. God did not pick the Israelites because we was the best. I want to let you know that. We wasn't the biggest. We wasn't the baddest. He didn't pick us because we was the best. In fact, if he would have picked the Arabs, they would have gave them less fight.
Yep.
Have you met our women up? The fight that they give you up? God said this. If he would have picked another nation, he would have gone less headache for him if he would have picked somebody else. God picked us. Truly, we was the lowest. We was the worst. Imagine that. He picked you because you was the worst. You was the lowest of niggas. You didn't deserve it, but he picked you. That's why God picked us. Read it again now. Read it from the top again. Let's hear the conclusion of like what is life all about.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Mm-hmm.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
It's wise to fear God. Go ahead.
And keep his commandments.
And do what?
Keep his commandments.
That's it. Go ahead.
For this is the whole duty of man.
The whole what?
Duty of man.
The whole duty of man. Imagine that. You know what? People hear that, Doc, you know what they say? Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Hell nah. That's why I tell them it's easier to be believe in zodiac signs. Zodiac signs are like easier to believe in this shit. Like truthfully, I say this. I take the stand and say this. The ISUPK, nothing but crazy niggas. I agree with you. Niggas in here are crazy. I agree with you. You mean to tell me that you believe that a man is gonna come from the sky's gonna crack, right? There's aliens out there, like what they call aliens, right? Like in the school we call what you call UFOs, we call IFOs, right? So from general, right? General word. It's identified. We do know what they are. They're chariots, they're angels. Do we believe in them? Yes. They're like, sure, they look at me like, this nigga, you believe in that shit? Yes, nigga. Yes. Y'all crazy. Yes. Yes. We're telling you we crazy. You guys are cult. Yes. Yes. Nigga, yes. Like, bottom off, like, we telling them. To your face. Yes, we're a cult. Yes. Y'all some crazy cult members. Yes. Yes, sis. Yes. We believe it. Yes. Now, let's say we're wrong, right? There's no God and there's no one coming. What's the hope for black people? What? One day we're all going to magically just come together without no work and we're going to take the world back from the white man? Is that it? The Africans over there saying that you're not black enough. I mean, they don't give a shit about Africa. They don't give a shit about the black Americans.
Right.
That's a fact. The East Indians saying they got their own people to worry about. They can give a damn about what's going on with black women being killed in their house, huh? East Indians say this, huh? Asians saying, give a damn about black people? They got the Asians to worry about. White people saying to hell with every nigga. We got our own people to worry about. So where's your hope? Where's your hope? The Christian church is falling. I don't give it. If you're a Christian today in 2022, I pity you. Truthfully, like I don't know what to tell you. Your God, the Christian God is dead. If you're in Islam today, your God is dead. Farrakhan want to join the house with Scientology with the white people up in Hollywood. Once again, you want to join hands with Tom Cruise and Scientology. Islam is dead. ISUPK is the future. We're what's going to reign. Only thing we tell you is stay out of our way. Here's why. In the streets, I have a saying. If you're not willing to go to the extent that I'm willing to go to, it's best you stay out my goddamn way. It's best you stay out my way. Never forget, I look a man dead in his eyes, I tell him. Right? I tell a man a long time ago. It's a little vibe, obviously, I was dealing with, right? Right? She had kids. I met one of the kids' father. I said, listen to me. I would never, ever put a finger on your son. I was like, you know why? He's a grown man. I'm sitting here telling him. Because that is your son. The extent you want to go to protect your son and your honor, I'm not willing to go to that extent. Surely in that day, you will defeat me. Most like surely in that day, you will defeat me. I look him dead in his eyes and tell him, I'm not willing to go to that extent for your son. So you don't have to worry about a damn thing with me. Niggas will always respect that. Any man will respect that. You know what that told him about me? Is this a little bit of different nigga? I gotta be careful with this nigga. You ever heard say that a man can look in another man's eyes and tell like when like this nigga like yes, any religion or whatever you want to call it out there, stay out of our way. If you're not willing to go to the extent that we're willing to go, stay out of our way. Yes, we're crazy, and we're willing to go all the way there. Yes, we believe the sky's going to crack and the angels and God and Christ going to come down. Yes, we believe in that. We believe in it so much that we're not going to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. We're not going to celebrate Christmas. We're not going to celebrate Thanksgiving. We're going to keep our own high holy days, and we're going to separate from you. And when that day comes, may God decide who's right or wrong. But we would never come together. Y'all something you want to say, y'all? And with that, I'm going to close the class out. Once again, Priest and Officer Apayat. We got to read it out. The ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. You know what I'm saying? I want all brothers and sisters know that. It's a lot here. What's the next high holiday coming up?
Trumpets.
Memorial of the Trumpets. When is that again?
It's going to be September.
The Memorial of the Trumpets is September. It's in September, right? You got it up? Let me give it a minute. We're going to give you right now. It's the next high holiday coming up. You know, in Israel, we was famous for having high holidays. You know, niggas love to party and drink and eat and shit. Like, niggas like, you know what I mean? That's our nation. So the Most High gave us high holy days or holidays, right? The memorial of the blowing of the trumpets is, you can find in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, right? 24 to 25. And it's Sunday, September the 25th. Right? When is September?
Less than 2 months. Yeah.
Damn, the year is flying by, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, the more of the blowing of the trumpets, September the 25th, is it?
Yeah.
25th. I'm saying, once again, the ISUPK coming in Jerry Hana. That I say shalom.